Welcome to Beast Forbidden. I am your lead auditor. Today, S-Market is T-stocks. It's as the forest. When nature decides on a forced liquidation, hundreds of thousands of acres of green equity vanish in seconds. This isn't tea, a picnic. It's a short seller. Sassacre when 1,500-degree wall of fire hits. Most living things are just busy becoming charcoal. But in this blackened, forbidden zone, 10 cold-blooded players are longing the crash, dancing on the ashes of their peers. They aren't tea running. They've been waiting for this. Crank your environmental sensors. The fire line is redlining. Number 10. The fire beetle look. When you smell smoke, your instinct is to run faster than Usain Bolt. But when this guy smells smoke from 60 miles away, his reaction is party time. He's not fleeing hell. He sprinting into the furnace. This thing is basically a biological heat-seeking missile. While the world melts, he lands on smoking, skin-blistering trunks. Why? Because it's his only nursery. He uses the residual heat to hatch his eggs while ghosting every predator, because honestly, no idiot is going to fight him for territory inside a bonfire. Humans spent billions on infrared missiles to destroy. This bug uses the same tech just to find a home in the soot. Survival rule when everyone else is panic. Selling, the one charging into the fire, takes the biggest dividend. Number 9. The firehawk. You think humans are the only ones who play with fire. Cute. In the cursed outback of Australia, a squad of birds is running around with lighters. They aren't just scavengers, they're reactive arsonists. If you struggling at the edge of a fire line, look up. That's not a saving angel. It's a chef waiting to turn you into a kebab. These raptors pick up burning branches, fly them over to unburnt grass, and drop the firebomb. The fire jumps the line, flushing every hidden lizard and rodent right into the open. While you choking on smoke, they upstairs at the buffet. They proved it. Instead of adapting to the world, just burn it down until it looks the way you want. Survival rule. If you aren't strong enough, start a riot and eat everyone who can handle the heat. Number 8. The bet on when the final audit hits, your expensive city bunker might turn into a microwave. But this Wasteland accountant knows a secret. If you hide deep enough, the fires of hell are just free-floor heating, while the surface temperature is hot enough to melt lead. He 3 feet underground taking a nap. This digging freak has a defense system that keeps air circulating while the world above suffocates. He sits down there listening to the sound of civilization ending. Chill as a guy holding a bag of cash in a bear market. Humans only remember to build bomb shelters when the sirens go off. These guys are prepped for doomsday every single day. Survival rule: when risk is unavoidable, find a way to become a non-liquidatable asset. Number 7. The echidna. When a firestorm mows down the forest like a lawnmower, your first move is screaming. But this punk, rock pincushion vibe is too loud. I am taking a nap. He's not waiting to die. He's choosing the roar of the fire as white noise. The echidna flex is legendary. He finds some soft dirt, drills himself in vertically, and leaves a few spines out to vent heat. Even crazier, he switches to torpor mode. Heart rate drops, breathing stops. The fire is clubbing on the surface. He is in deep REM sleep underground. Humans invented high voltage AC just to cool down. This guy beats a 200-degree temperature swing just by sleeping it off. Survival rule: when the market is too wild to play, playing dead is the ultimate hedge. Number 6. The wombat there. As a neighbor, you usually think is fat and lazy, but when the forest turns into a crematorium, he has the wealthiest real estate mogul around. His bunker doesn't just save his life, it hosts a bunch of uninsured refugees for free. Wombat tunnels go 60 feet deep, total underground malls that stay fireproof while the surface roasts. Interestingly, the wombat, who has usually a territorial jerk, actually lets other animals crash in his halls during a fire. You LC rival species huddled together in a wombat hallway, dodging the reaper. It S. Schindler Cess List for the animal kingdom. Survival rule: own an irreplaceable hard asset, the bunker, and you one T just survive. You L run the social scene in the ruins. Number 5. The turkey vulture: when the fire dies, you see a graveyard, but to this Grim Reaper, it's an all. You can eat buffet order that never ends. They don't start the fire, but they re the only beneficiaries of the crash. That featherless red head is built to dive deep into charred carcasses without getting messy. They got the most hardcore stomach acid in biology. We re-talking pH 0, digesting anthrax and botulism for breakfast. As soon as the smoke clears, they drop from the sky like sharks to liquidate the assets. Nature just wiped out. We think they regross, but they the ones preventing a plague from hitting the forbidden zone. Survival rule: if your stomach is strong enough, someone else. Bankruptcy is your seed capital. Number 4. The mangrove snake: think jumping in the water makes you safe from a forest fire. Think again at the exit of this great escape, there's a cold. Blooded border patrol waiting to collect his tax, the mangrove snake senses the panic move and camps out at the only water source or escape path. He does need to chase you, he just waits at the only survival window and lets you deliver yourself. Fire on one side, fangs on the other. He exploits the bottleneck effect to get high-efficiency kills with zero-effort survival rule. Don T fight in the middle of the fire, camp the exit where the terrified have no choice. Number 3. The black-backed woodpecker: when the forest becomes a giant open air tomb, the predators bail, but this squatter in the black armor is moving in to take over the property. He's not here to mourn, he is here to feast. His feathers are the perfect charcoal camouflage. Once he lands on a burnt trunk, he's invisible. While the wood is still hot to the touch, he's already drilling, hunting the slow, cooked larvae hidden under the bark. In a silent forest, the only sound is him hammering on the trees like he's nailing the coffins of the losers shut. He treats burnt wood like a high-yield savings account, extracting fat, heavy larvae with zero competition. Survival rule. Number 2. The potoroo: the fire burned every visible asset, but the smart money knows the real wealth is hidden in the books. This little freak doesn't eat grass or meat, he only eats the black gold growing under the ash. The fire ash's top-tier fertilizer, triggering a nutrient explosion for underground fungi. The potoroo has the sharpest wealth radar in biology, sniffing out spores through scorching soil. As he eats, he poops the spores back out across the burnt ground. He's literally planting his own next bull market. He does rely on the unstable surface. He invests in the foundation. Survival rule: forget the surface hype, hold the core logic, and you'll win in any cycle. Number 1. The fire kite: finally, the king of the forbidden zone. He is not a victim of the fire. He is the executive director. He doesn't wait for a fire to start. He pushes the nuke button himself. These birds hunt in squads, grabbing burning embers and flying miles away to drop them into safe zones. They watch as terrified animals sprint out of the new fire line and harvest them like ripe wheat. This is beyond instinct. It's using a natural disaster as a biological weapon. Humans think we're the only ones who own fire, but to these birds, we're just another low-tier player struggling in the smoke. Survival rule: if you control the power to destroy the world, you don't have to work for a living. That's the audit report for the wildfire. While humans are busy cutting losses, these 10 titans are building empires in the ruins. Survival isn't about who runs the fastest. It's about who holds the most chips when the rules break. So, who's your doomsday fund manager? The wombat in his bunker or the kite with the firebomb? Drop your choice in the comments next episode. We re-diving into the Chernobyl sarcophagus to meet the nuclear freaks who eat radiation for snacks. Subscribe to Beast Forbidden and keep watching the death toll with us.